Hi, I'm Janet, owner and inventor of Quick Points Ruler. We've just come out with a new scallop ruler, and it is adorable. Here's our 1 inch, our 1.5 inch. We also have a new 2 inch. Okay, we are going to do the 1.5 inch today. You need 2 color fabrics. Also, you could do 1 color if you would prefer. I'm going to use a 5-inch strip of fabric. You want to do right sides together. You want to make sure that the color that you want on the outside, you put on the outside, because I've been known to mix it up once I'm done. So you want to do right sides together. Put your ruler on top. All the directions for the ruler are on the ruler. Didn't want to lose directions, so they're on the ruler. I got one of these cool new pens. It's called Friction by Pilot. You can write on fabric, and once it hits heat, it'll go away. It's really kind of neat. I'm going to try to get it on my website and have it at my shows. So you just trace. You mark your end points so you know where to sew to with your 1/4 inch down into your notch. And then I have a center mark for where you cut it in half, 1 piece of fabric cut in half. And you just keep going, going, going. Make sure you mark all your end points where you're going to sew to. And all your center fold line or center lines where you're going to cut. You just keep going. And then you just move it down. And because I'm over 50, I have to go back and remark these. Can't see as good as I used to. So then you just keep going, going, marking, marking. Well, when you want to add on to the length of your fabric, there's 2 ways of doing it. Of course, you can do it like you did when you do bias binding, even though this is not on the bias. Or you can do it with your 1/4 inch seam, opening it up and just keep going, going as long as you would need. I wouldn't mix the 2 together, but I'm just doing that for your own whatever so you can know what to do. If you want to meet a kitty, here's my kitty. He's the biggest cat you've ever seen. His name is Marley. Isn't he cute? Okay, then what you do is once you get done with this, you go and you set it your sewing machine. Sometimes I lower the stitch length to a 2. It depends on the fabric. I was like the home ec queen. I took every home ec class there could. And then you want to use your 1/4 inch foot and just sew your 1/4 inch seam around here. Just go around your curves. You don't have to go fast. There's no contest. Because I have this perfectionistic issue also. Then you want to go down to your little dot. And I don't know if you remember taking your little home ec classes and they say, just do 1 stitch across. It makes a better turn in your notch. Well, it does. Then you just keep on sewing, sewing, sewing until you have how many ever inches you would need for whatever project you are doing. Okay, now we have everything sewn. Next, what you want to do is cut around your stitching. There's 3 ways of doing it. What you can do is you can cut around it. You know, cut your corner right there. And cut around it like this. And of course, cut down to your notch, not into your stitching. And cut like this. And then you can notch it as it shows on the ruler. Or, if you want, you could use a pinking shears and just cut. Or you can do it like when you applique stitch something. How you just cut very closely to your stitch line and then you just can flip it. Because applique stitching is easier and I usually have 190 inches of this. That's what I'm going to choose to do. But I have all 3 ways of doing it depending on your comfort level. I'm just going to cut it like within 1/8 of an inch. And then make sure you just notch it right, not into the sew line, but right down to And then you just keep cutting all the way around. And then I'm going to start it on the other side so I can show you the next step. Then after you get it cut around the seams, then what you want to do is only cut the top layer down the center. You cut both, it's not going to work out too well. You're going to go, oh no, I ruined it. Or you could cut it in half and just use it in two different items, but it's not going to work out how you would expect it to have worked out. You just want to cut down to one center, one single layer of fabric. Then we have one more step that is so easy. Just imagine picking all these out with a little pin, one by one, through every scallop. You'd be ready to pull your hair out. So instead of doing that, I came up with a tool. It's made out of Teflon. We call it the pusher. So there's no way I'm going to sit there and pick these out with a pin myself, because I don't have 52, and there's no way, honey. So just use a little rat tail comb to get that out. Those do come in handy. Then you take your 1.5 inch pusher, right sides out. Little spray does wonders. Best Press spray is my favorite. Take your little pusher, put it inside. It fits perfectly when you've done a 1/4 inch seam. Make sure of your iron nice and hot and steamy. And then all you do is get this nice on the edge, just like that. Then you iron. Go to your next one. Your next one. Then go do the other side. Sure beats pinning. Put on a good movie. Just keep ironing away till you have your how many ever inches you need. This is what it looks like when you fold it over. Isn't it darling? It is just too cute. I'll show you another way that you can use it. This is Elizabeth's Letters by Jill Finley. I think it's just darling. For a binding, and I think this is just so sweet, you can use this as a binding. You just put it on the edge and just do a 1/4 inch seam, and you will have on each side scallops. So you would just do a 1/4 inch seam. Then once you get to the corner, all you would need to do is miter it. So just miter on both sides, and then you can keep on going as you normally would do. Now isn't that just sweet? This makes a whole different world open up. So have a wonderful time. Thank you so very much.